Hello, welcome everyone to Misness Jets D podcast. You guys can follow me at Darian Evans Reigns.blogspot.com and on Twitter at Jets 908. We're back for week 13. Week 12 was awesome. Just going by the views off this video. Currently at 185 for the week 12 video. Let's go above and beyond that for this video as well. I'm getting a little more love this week. I appreciate it. 25 subscribers. Thank you, everyone. Let's just keep it up. Keep liking the videos. Keep watching every week, and keep focusing on these stacks. Because if you listen to last week's video, you guys were blessed with picks. I gave you Julio Jones. I gave you Robert Gronkowski. I gave you the Alvin Kamara stack with Cooper Cup and Sammy Watkins, who they all three of them had great games. If you followed the picks, then you guys were in the money for sure, as well as I was. But it's on to week 13, and oddly, week 13 has 13 games this week. There's tons and tons and tons of games this week. So it's basically up to you and your preference of what you like, because you can't have every play. You can't. It's impossible. There's 13 games, 26 teams, X amount of players. It's too much. You don't have enough bankroll to afford everything and make everything. So I have a few games here that I really want to focus on, and I'm gonna give you some certain plays to key on as well for week 13. So it's really a good thing if you guys focus on the players that you like and build around them. Because if you just nitpick and try to add here and add there, you're going to mess up and lose focus. So I want to start off with my favorite game this week because it was speaking to me since last, was it the Sunday night game with the Green Bay Packers? I seen something in Brett Hundley. So my first game I want to focus on is going to be the Packers versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, there's great news with this game. Jameson Winston should be back. He will be back. It's no should. So I already know he's gonna be back. He's gonna be back and playing for Tampa Bay. Finally, off that shoulder injury. So that means great things for Tampa Bay. They're gonna be finally scoring the ball. And Jameson has a great track record of throwing for 300 yards. As you can see, week 3, week 4, week 5, 300 yards, 300 yards, 300 yards. You get a DK bonus when your quarterback reaches that 300 yard plateau in throwing. So, and he's always going to get a touchdown or two. He's always a great option because usually Tampa Bay, since they have a bad defense, they're going to be coming from behind. And Jameis Winston loves targeting Mike Evans, and he loves to throw. Another big key to my reasoning for loving Jameis Winston and this Tampa Bay offense is because Doug Martin is out for this week. What was his injury? Concussion. So he didn't make it in time in the concussion protocol and is going to be left for, is it Peyton Barber? Yeah, Jacquizz Rodgers and Peyton Barber. So Jacquizz Rodgers had the main workload earlier in the season and didn't do much because Doug Martin was suspended for the first 3 games. He didn't do much. So those are the games that Winston threw a lot. So you should see more of the same. So I love Winston, and I love if you guys were pairing with Mike Evans, obviously. But another great option since the resurgence back of Winston, that means more targets for Cameron Brate at tight end, who should play. Just pay attention to the injury report. I usually use Fantasy Labs. Let me show you the main screen up top. Fantasy Labs right here, NFL. They'll give you an update minute by minute of who's in or out. Okay. So I would like you guys to focus on these 3 plays mainly. If you want to throw in GBP Dart, Deshaun Jackson, he's a speedster. with this bad Green Bay defense, you can. But I really like Mike Evans and Cameron Brate. So in this game, I want to bring it back with Devonta Adams right here. And as you can see, Tampa Bay is ranked 32nd against wide receivers. So this is the main reason why I liked Brett Hundley earlier. Is he even cheaper? Let's see. Brett Hundley is 51. So you can go even cheaper. Brett Hundley you can start to stack with and pair him up with Devonta Adams, who's really emerged since Aaron Rodgers' injury. He's going to be back soon, Aaron Rodgers, but with Aaron Rodgers' injury, Brett Hundley and Devonta Adams really connected. So since Brett Hundley's been at the helm, you got 10 targets, 8 targets, 10 targets, 8 targets the last 4 weeks. And that's consistency right there. 12 points, 20, 23, and 19. That's what you want to see. All right. So this should be a back and forth game in Green Bay, in Lambeau. Hopefully the weather is perfect. I'll look at that a little later. That's really not that much of a factor. Um, and it helps offenses anyway if it's a bad weather. So I like Devonta Adams, and if you really want to try someone, I want to do it for some reason. But Jordy Nelson is 4,400. He's just too cheap, way too cheap.
That's
Game log, it's been bad since Aaron Rodgers has been gone. 7 points, 5 points, 4 points, 4 points. If you, he's so much of a talent. If you're willing to do it, I might throw him in a few lineups. Throw Jordy Nelson in there because this is a 8 9K player. If you let's look at the game log, he's at 4,400. This man at the beginning of the season was 81 at his highest. Like Jordy Nelson is a beast. It just sucks that Aaron Rodgers isn't around. All right, so that's my main play. All those are the main plays for the Tampa Bay Green Bay game, which I think is going to be high scoring. Definitely focus on Devonta Adams, Mike Evans, um, and Cameron Brate. I really like. Also, watch out for the running backs. There's big news. If Aaron Jones plays, then he's gonna split carries with was it Jamal Williams, right? So they're gonna split carries if Aaron Jones plays. But if Aaron Jones is out, get all the Jamal Williams because he's gonna control the whole backfield. He's gonna get 100% of the work on passing downs and running downs. So also add him in there as well. He's cheap. Okay. The next game I want to focus on. Let's clear this out. Next game is going to be the Saints and Panthers. Where are they at? In New Orleans. So they're in the Superdome. It's always high scoring when the Saints are home. And we just go back to the well every week. Kamara. With the amount of work he gets, which is not that much, he does so much. He's so explosive. This was a great draft pick. Um, it was a great choice by the Saints. They knew what they were doing. Obviously, they made a mistake of picking up Adrian Peterson, but they corrected that wrong, got him out of there, and really utilized this dynamic back, Alvin Kamara. And he's just explosive. You don't think he can keep up this pace, but right now he's the most expensive back in DraftKings right now. In the last 4 weeks, 32, 27, 25, 39. You just throw the man in there. Okay. It's a mismatch for any linebacker, any safety, any slot corner. Alvin Kamara is a beast. I don't care if Luke Kuechly on him is going to be on him. So it wouldn't matter. Don't put Thomas Davis on him. They probably gonna have Shaq Thompson because he's more of a speedster linebacker coverage guy. They usually put him in the slot anyway, but he gets burnt. That's the weakness. Okay, passing backs, and watch guys that go in the middle against Carolina. And what I noticed last week, I'm gonna get to my next pick. What I noticed last week, because I was at the Jets game, Jets versus Carolina, I noticed that they really can't handle speed wide receivers. And Robbie Anderson had a huge day with 2 touchdowns. So it's just funny that we got revenge narrative with Ted Ginn, and he's a speedster, and he's facing his former team in Carolina. So I think Michael Thomas is going to get his fine. He's going to get his 10 targets, 11 targets, and like 15 points. Maybe he gets a touchdown. But who's going to have the big game? I think it's going to be Ted Ginn because Carolina has a problem with covering speed wide receivers. This is going to be the very low owned wide receiver that you guys are going to need to have to separate you from, from losing money to winning money. Ted Ginn is a great option at 5,100. As you see against the Rams, he had 11 targets. Week before he had 6. And he's just been consistent besides the Buffalo game in the Ralph. So you don't really want to play offenses in the Ralph in Buffalo. That's usually where teams go to die. But the thing is that Ted Ginn's been very consistent this year 16, 24, 8, 15, 13, 14. This is a week he's going to get back in the touchdown column, and he's going to get a deep touchdown in a revenge game against his former team. He wants to stick it to him. All right. Tegan's a great option. Make sure you remember that. I think that's a slam dunk. But also Michael Thomas, boom. Okay. We got Ted Ginn, Michael Thomas, with Alvin Kamara. If you can afford it, if you want to go both Ingram and Kamara, they're never a bad option. He had a bad game last week, but that's okay. Um, I would choose Kamara because he's just more of the passing guy. I trust that more. That uses more. But this is probably be the Mark Ingram week. It's weird. To bring it back in this game. Now, if Marshawn Lattimore, the Saints' number one corner, is back, he would be locking down Funches. But the thing is, Cam really doesn't care. He doesn't. It doesn't matter. He's still gonna feed Funches. Funches is his number one wide receiver, and he's gonna get tons of targets. 6, 7, 6, and 12 the last 4 weeks, 20 points, 26 DK points. He's still going to get fed. All right. He might not have a breakout game, but the guy who I think would have a breakout game if Marshawn Lattimore is going to be on Devin Funches, Russell Shepard, who didn't show up last week against the Jets, but he's the slot guy now since Kelvin Benjamin's gone and the injury um, to their other slot corner. It's escaping my mind right now. But Russell Shepard is going to be the next man up. If Greg Olsen is out, they're going to really be leaning on Russell even more, Kalen Clay even more, and obviously my number one option for the Carolina Panthers in a bounce back game, Christian McCaffrey. Okay. So these are the two most important guys here. I think Kamara is very important, and definitely McCaffrey against the Saints, who cannot cover pass catching backs out of the backfield. McCaffrey is going to have a huge bounce back game this week. All right. He broke off a big run against the Jets, but really, the thing was, it was really chilly. It was super cold at MetLife Stadium last week, and the passes that McCaffrey was getting from Cam were just either overthrown or on the tips of his fingers, and since it's cold, he was just dropping it. He really couldn't corral it in. But he's going to get the same amount of work. McCaffrey is going to bounce back and have a great game. The quarterback I would choose Cam, obviously. Um, it can go either way, but I like Cam because the rushing. As you can see, he's really getting back to his old form. 28 rushing yards, a touchdown. 95 rushing yards, 86 in a touchdown. This is an old Cam, and this is very valuable in DK, especially when you got a quarterback adding rushing yards and TDs. I like that dual threat right there. Okay, so this is going to be another high scoring game. Cam Newton, I love. Drew Brees, I also love. But focus on McCaffrey and Ted Ginn. All right, let's go to the next game. Next game I have on my list is going to be the Jets at Kansas City. And Jets are home again. I was trying to get tickets to this game, but Nah, not this week again. I'll stay home. Who I want to focus on, Josh McCown somehow is on still on fire every week. Just consistency. 300 yards, 260 yards, 250 against Atlanta. He's really giving you more than enough points for the price that you're paying for. He's been at 5K, around that 5K range for the last, for like forever. He's been even cheaper, but he always has the potential to go 20 plus. He's already done it twice this year. And against this 29th ranked pass D in the Kansas City Chiefs, they really fallen off since the hot start at the beginning of the season. McCown should get 2 touchdowns easy. All right. I really expect this game to be another a back and forth game because Kansas City sucks and they're gonna need to keep up with the Jets. Who Josh McCown isn't afraid to throw, and his connection with Robbie Anderson is something real. This man might make the Pro Bowl. All right, Robbie Anderson came out of nowhere. All he does is go routes, and he gets it. In double coverage last week, this man destroyed the Panthers secondary. Destroyed Robbie Anderson with, look at this. Week 12, 2 touchdowns, 146. Week 10, touchdown, 85 yards. Week 9, 48 yards, touchdown. Atlanta, 104 yards, touchdown. He's just on a touchdown streak. You can't just plug him in. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. He's going to get another touchdown this week. Put Robbie Anderson in there and don't regret it. Okay, they got no one to stop him. Marcus Peters is a good corner, but he's a gambling corner. He's not a lockdown corner. Okay, he's like Asante Samuel. He gets his turnovers, and then oh my God, he looks good. Yeah, but he's not a great cover corner. Okay, he likes to take gambles and try to create opportunities for the offense. Okay, Robbie Anderson is a great choice. My second option from the Jets side would be Austin Safarian Jenkins. This man has been done dirty week after week with the calls that have been taken away from his touchdowns. He got another touchdown taken away against the Carolina Panthers, which was clearly a catch. I don't know what they're talking about. And the NFL already admitted that they were wrong twice on Austin Safarian Jenkins' touchdown calls. So he's just due. He's just so due. He's supposed to have at least 7 touchdowns, 6 or 7 touchdowns this season. He only has 3, and that's just because of the instant replay. And it's not fair because it cost the Jets the game, a lot of games. It cost the Jets at least 3 games, 3 wins. Um, so this week against a weak secondary Kansas City Chiefs, I think I like Austin Safarian Jenkins as a mid range tight end. All right, if you want to bring this back on the Kansas City side, Travis Kelsey is super consistent. He's 7,000, very expensive, but he's worth the money. As you can see, when I say super consistent, I mean it. 20, 20, 29, week after week. Alex Smith is looking for this man, and Travis Kelsey, and we don't have no one to guard him right now. Jamal Adams is a great safety, but this is an elite tight end, and he's huge. So I like Travis Kelsey, and then also I like Tariq Hill. He's either going to get it offense through the offense or through special teams. The Jet special teams is horrible. It was proven last week. Kalen Clay had took a punt return to the house, and this is one of the best special teams guys in the NFL. And Tyreek Hill, he's a freak of nature. He just lives in long distance touchdowns. He takes everything to the house, like against Dallas. What was it? Thanksgiving game? Was it Thanksgiving or the week before? Whatever. He took. It was the end of the second quarter. It was like 8 seconds left. Kansas City Chiefs were at the 40-yard line, and they threw like a short pass, just like the last play to end the half. And He ran through like 11 Dallas Cowboys defenders to get to the end zone, which was crazy. All right, so my internet's acting up. Um, let's clear that out. So I like for you guys to focus on Tyreek Hill, um, Austin Seferian Jenkins, Robbie Anderson, and definitely Josh McCown. I think the Jets will win this game, so don't really focus on Alex Smith. Okay. And my last game I want to show you is Giants Oakland Raiders. Okay. In this game, we have Geno Smith making a comeback right here. He's now has to start over Eli Manning. Eli has been benched. He's played horrible this season. And they want to look at what else they have at quarterback. So Geno Smith is the first man up. Now, I'm a Jets fan. I know Geno Smith very well. And he's horrible. But in this situation, at this price, you got to give him a chance with his weapons. So I would really like Sterling Shepard. Um, Dang, they raised his price. Son of a, they raised his price. All right, so he should get tons of targets. He should get a lot of targets. Let me see what corner they're gonna have on him. Let me look at Fantasy Labs real quick. Go here. Let's go to the New York Giants. See this logos. Okay. They got carry on him. So he's not even gonna. It doesn't even matter. Oakland's corners are horrible, especially Sean Smith. David Emerson is questionable, and that leaves like the third worst corner they have on Sterling Shepard. If Geno Smith is competent, he should be able to get the ball to Sterling Shepard and Evan Ingram. Okay, these are two very explosive players, Sterling Shepard and Evan Ingram, and I want to trust just a little that Geno Smith can get it to these two guys who are very dynamic. Okay. What I want to bring it back with in this game against the Giants, Oakland, since there is no Amari Cooper because he's out, and Michael Crabtree got suspended because he got deboed by Akeem Talib and by ripping his chain off. That leaves Cordarrelle Patterson. That leaves um, Seth Roberts, and that leaves. Let's see what he had. Cordarrelle Patterson. Oh, Johnny Holton, who's sneaky too. But the main guy I want to choose here for Oakland is going to be. I think they're going to slow the pace down. They're really going to focus on using Jared Cook. This is the number one funnel spot right here. Giants are horrible against tight ends. He's going to be chalk Jared Cook this week because Giants are just horrible against tight end. They give up a touchdown every week. And I think Marshawn Lynch is going to be used more this week. Derek Carr is limited with his wide receivers, but I'm gonna give you one to choose from. But I really think it's gonna be these two, Marshawn Lynch and Jared Cook. They're gonna be utilized again in this game. As you see, he had 26 carries against Denver. He's gonna get another 20. They're gonna need to use Marshawn Lynch and try to create offense using play action this week since they're out of their two top wide receivers. Now, out of Seth Roberts, Cordarrelle Patterson, and Johnny Holton, Seth Roberts is more of the guy he chooses in the red zone. Even on he has one touchdown. But last year he shared most of the target volume once Cooper and if Cooper and Crabtree are out. It's Seth Roberts. You should choose this guy. Okay, he should get a touchdown this week. So I don't love this game, but I'm just choosing some options that should do well and get you double digit points definitely in this game. It's not my favorite game, but it's a game I am kind of intrigued in. All right. So my favorite play, one of my favorite plays, I'm gonna have a ton of them. tons and tons of percentage of him in my lineups. Josh Gordon is finally back after like 3 year layoff. I don't care if it's against the Chargers and Casey Hayward. Casey Hayward might be on Corey Coleman, but if you don't know Josh Gordon, just Google this man's name in YouTube and just watch the videos and be amazed. He is a dynamic player, and he's done most of the stuff high. But now he's sober, and hopefully he's even better sober. No one can guard this man. Josh Gordon is a freak of nature. He's reinstated back with the team in Cleveland Browns, and Cleveland is happy to have him back. He should get tons and tons of work. He's not going to be limited, no limited snaps. Hugh Jackson's already came out, the head coach, and has been elated with what he's seen from Josh Gordon in practice, and he's going to put him out there because you don't know when he's going to be gone again. And when he plays, he goes off. Josh Gordon, all right, put him in your lineups. He's at a ridiculous cheap price, 4,100. He's supposed to be like 8K at the talent that he possessed. Okay, Josh Gordon, I love this week. Also, I love D.D. Westbrook. He had another good game last week. All right, but I'm gonna give you my running back option for week 13, and then we'll be out of here. Let's go with Jordan Howard against the 32nd ranked 49ers run D. Okay. 49ers have Jimmy Garoppolo now. So this is going to be his first start, and Chicago has a very good defense at home, and Chicago is at home. So I expect Garoppolo to have some growing pains with the first time running this offense in a real game against Chicago. And I think Chicago is going to give Trubisky and Jordan Howard a lot of opportunities to get the ball into the end zone. And coming off a bounce back week, Philly, he had a horrible game, 3.9. Jordan Howard is going to bounce back against San Francisco, the worst run defense in the league, and he will definitely get a touchdown. He should get over 20 points DK, and he's going to be low owned. Everyone's going to be on Fournette and all the cheaper options like Kenyon Drake in Miami. But Jordan Howard is going to be one of the staples. Him and McCaffrey are going to be my staples in most of my lineups this week. Okay. So those are the picks for week 13, guys. I thank you for listening to me again another week. Um, just continue to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to keep putting it out every week on a weekly basis. And then after football, I'm going to try to do basketball for you guys. But as long as you keep showing me love, I'm gonna keep doing these videos. Hopefully, I get more than 185 views this week, and hopefully, I get more than 25 subscribers. Okay. All right. This is what I love to do. So just continue to watch and support. Follow me again at my blog at DarianEvans-Reigns.blogspot.com and on Twitter, definitely on Twitter at MetsNetsJets908. All right, I'll put out a tweet before the game start. Maybe there's something that pops up, some breaking news. And I will see you guys next week. Make sure you subscribe, and I'm out.